Okay, welcome to the Mantellan Crux. We're gonna take a run through the final dungeon of Daggerfall without using any magical whatsoever, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, first thing to do is click on this statue over here. We'll cast levitation on us. Now we have that, we can fly above our starting island here, find a small floating rock with a switch on it. There it is. Pull that. And now float on down below our starting island, and we'll find the island below with a series of doors on it. And a frost Daedra. Let's kill him. Now the south door we need to activate. And now below this island we'll find a small chamber with a switch in it. Pull the switch, and quickly now we need to fly on up to the very top of this chamber, where we'll find a passage in the wall in the southwest corner. Now if your levitation wears off before then, or starts to wear off, you can try to make it back to the starting island and click on that statue again until it recasts the levitation spell. Ah, there's the passage. Now, so long as you make it into this passage before your levitation wears off, you'll be good to go as far as flight. Switching to something a little more melee friendly. See if we can't make it up this shaft before our levitation wears off. Nope. Oh well. We can climb. Good thing about climbing is, if you sidestep while climbing, you'll actually just start moving in that direction, and, well, you'll fall in that direction. So you don't always have to climb up the right wall in order to get on your ledge. Okay, following this passage, let's go ahead and kill her. And continue on down. Let's kill our little harpy friend. Now this switch here will open that series of blue bars we just passed. Ignore that first switch we just passed. These next two we're going to need to pull. So they'll open the rest of the blue bars in this section. Now let's hope this Daedra Lord up here doesn't kill us too badly. Gah! Ouch. Let's rest. Good thing we have rapid healing. No restoration or magical items to heal us. We tend to sleep a lot with this character. Okay, we need to make it back to our starting island. So that's going to involve a quick drop here. Which is going to hurt because we don't have slow fall. And rest up, because we need to do this again. If we make a running jump off this, we should be able to make it onto the starting island. You can barely see it there. Ouch. And no sleep for us. Let's go ahead and switch to our bow, because I don't really want to get in a melee battle right now. That's great. There's going to be a Daedra Lord in here. Let's see if we can't just shoot him in the back a few times. It's cheap, but hey. There we go. Let's get back to our daggers. And that's it! That's the end of the island section. And here we are in the pyramid section. Let's go ahead and ride this lift on down. There's going to be a graveyard down here that we need to get to, but we can't levitate. So we're going to have to jump ship early Try to land on it. Try to dispose of these two without alerting that vampire ancient down there. Because even with protective magic, he easily kick our ass with his shock spells or whatever it is he casts. So let's try to kill him from over here. Take that. Now there are 2 gravestones we need to click on. There's one. They groan. There's the other one. And there's a clue. I love that. That's great. Hop on down here and into this small chamber. Should be a switch we need to pull. And now hop onto this lift and ride it to the bottom. Now this next part is really frustrating. Because if you don't jump right, then you're just going to fall on down to the bottom, which is not going to help. So I hope you're good at jumping. Ah, there we go. And we're over. And ride this lift to the top. Nice, very long ride. But it has a nice view. Ah, and there's the pyramid this section is named after. Now this is the tricky part, because see that? We have to get up there, but we can't levitate. But lucky for us, we can actually start climbing from a fall. So position ourselves just right, get right in front of that opening, and then face ourselves absolutely perpendicular to the wall. Let's use our compass, try to face ourselves as north as possible. Now if we did this right, we should be able to just walk right off this ledge. We'll fall for a little bit, then we'll start climbing. Ah, there we go. Took a bit of damage. But now we're climbing up the wall, and if we did this right, we should climb right into that opening. And we did. Ha! That hurts, so let's rest up. Now if you follow this, you should meet the benefactor. This little riddle here is going to open the trap door on top of the pyramid. So yes, now we need to make it back to the pyramid, which, since we don't have slow fall or levitation, is going to involve a nice little suicide leap, which we can't even see the pyramid, but we can guess where it is. Now a running jump, try to land as high up on the pyramid as possible. Phew. Oh. That's bizarre, he disappeared. Heal up. And now we should be able to ascend into the pyramid and get out of this section. Now there are a few things to kill in here. You see that trap door over there that's open? That was opened by the grave markers in the graveyard. So, if that is not open, then that's where the problem is. Once we fall down both of these and dispose of this lady, that's it. Down that hole is the end of this section. It'll take us to the next part of the dungeon. Okay, now we're in the shrine section, which is by far the easiest part of this dungeon. Let's come out here, and then follow this thing all the way down to the bottom. Okay, we're now at the shrine. So, first thing we need to do is go over here to the east side of the shrine. We'll find a door and a switch. So we need to get in there, pull the switch, and try to get out again. How's it? Might take a jump. There we go. Now we just need to go over and do the same thing to the west side of the shrine. Now that both the switches have been pulled, the door out front that we first saw will now be open. Click on the crystal here, will take us to the next section. And we're now in the skull section. So on the south wall, the left door will take us out of there. You can go ahead and follow this passage around. Yeah, let's kill the harpy. Because, why not? Now in this next section, let's go ahead and drop down to the floor and try to kill these fire Daedra. Because they have this tendency to fireball you while you're trying to crawl around these ledges, so let's go ahead and take care of them. Now we're not actually stuck down here, so if you click on this cage, take us back to this little room. Okay, now if we talk to this first skull up here, it'll tell us our riddle, our clues to it. Basically, we want to click on all the skulls that are facing the center. They're facing the giant skull in the middle. So let's just do that. And switch to our bow. It's much more fun to just shoot these fire Atronachs off the edge instead of actually having to kill them. Ha! Okay, here's the other skull that's facing the center. So click it, that part's done. So you see this skull up here that's facing away. That's gonna come into play later. Okay, now we're going to need to jump into the eye socket of the giant skull. Let's go ahead and switch back to our daggers. Go ahead and kill the fire Daedra. And then hit Shagarath, everyone's favorite mad god. Now this lift over here is actually triggered by us moving around the floor, so you have to wait for it to get up, then move over and hop on. Once we're down to the bottom, I'll have to duck to get through the door, and then face the skull's riddle. Which, how many defy him? Well, it's just the one. And we're now in the crossbow section, which, turn over here, look at the east wall, the middle skull will teleport us to the end of the spiral. So we only have to actually face this one little iron egg and we'll be on our way. And there's a human. Kind of bizarre to see them in this dungeon. And there's another one. Now when we come up here, we need to do our climb up the wall and then sidestep trick in order to get into this passage. There we go. Now we need to heal up, because this shaft over here we need to fall down into, but there's a passage on the north side of it, halfway down. There we go. We just fell into. Follow this secret door there. And at the end, it's Shagrath again! Answer to this riddle is crossbow, because if you crawled around those passages we were in, they're crossbow shaped. So now we need to fall back down to the end of the shaft, and we'll get to the rest of this section. And now we're on an island. Actually, there's a sword stuck in the middle of it, which you can't see. This left banner will open the outer shell. Clicking on the inner box will open it. And that crystal right there is going to make our island start sinking. And it's pretty much just hang out down here because there's a whole bunch of Dagger Lords floating around on little platforms outside. Let's go shoot at them now, because that's fun. You see the blade of the sword right there. There's a Dagger Lord. Take that. Ah, there's the crossbow. So we should be near the bottom. See if we can't rest up, because we're in pain. Ah, there we go. That feels better. Now this next part has a tendency to be pretty buggy, because we're basically going to put ourselves in the crossbow and fire the crossbow. So clicking on this left battle axe over here, we'll shoot it, and now we're way up here, and now you can see the sword. It's sloping down. So as it tilts back, should be able to run up the blade, up the hilt, and now we're in here. Go down the elevator and enter the final section of the dungeon. Now from here on out, it's pretty straightforward. You can't get lost. There's only one way to go through it. A series of chambers here. There's only one way to proceed, so you can't really get lost. Kill a few of these guys. Now in here, you can jump over these little pitfalls. Last one has a vampire in it. Once you get to here, there it is! Like a running jump onto the shrine. And now if we climb up the side of it, there it is. There's the Mantellan. And we're finished.